Welcome back to the channel, everybody. What a session today. We saw the third consecutive day now of green, and we saw one of the biggest days with the S&P up 1.5% today and almost hitting a new all-time high. Just like that, things have flipped on a switch. 3 days ago, there was max fear, people talking about a breakdown. It's new lows coming, or not new lows, but a retest of the previous highs back in January, February time. And just like that, in 3 days, almost new highs on the S&P, and the Nasdaq too has rallied all the way back into the 20-day moving average for a almost a 6% bounce. But first, we're going to cover Apple, which was, I didn't make a video on Friday after the earnings drop, but wildly successful trade. Covered it every single day beginning of last week. We saw the divergence and it played out perfectly with the drop from the early 340s all the way down to 301 on Friday. Wildly successful trade. But the main story of today was that we saw risk on stuff really take off. We saw one of the, I think, first days that we saw people actually believe. On Thursday and Friday, the main belief was this is the dead cat bounce and it's probably not going to continue for very long, because as you guys know, you get the biggest moves usually in a downtrend, the biggest upside moves. You saw huge moves on that Thursday day with names like Nebius being up 30% in a day, CoreWeave being up 21% a day. But now today we saw real continuations. I think a lot of people started to buy in today and really start to believe in a rally again. Now also, it was a great day, I'll say, just for me, because I'd spent the last 1-2 weeks buying stocks like First Solar, which made a big move today to the upside, over 10%. At one point it was up 14 to 15%. I had spent time buying it over here in the second half of July, so that was great. As well as Oracle, which made its move back up to the 140s after accumulating more. I actually originally bought it here around early 140s, but bringing the price down, averaging it down here into these supports we saw. Yeah, so the last couple of days have been wildly rewarding with the Apple short, and then also a lot of my long plays working really well. But when we look at stuff now, I mean, the main theme you could say now is the Mag-7. The Mag-7 has just gone ballistic over the last 1 week. We saw Microsoft has now rallied 25% since its earnings report. It's almost put on $1 trillion in market cap since they reported. So crazy move there. Along with what we saw in Amazon breakaway gap again after the previous move up. And yeah, since the report, Amazon is up also about 25%. So just major moves in these Mag-7 stocks that has signaled like the rotation. We've seen weakness, a weaker semiconductor complex, but very strong in these cloud names, Mag-7 names, and software as well. Now, the one I wanted to show was the semi-complex, because these have not really been that strong, surprisingly, in this rally. So an interesting comparison that I wanted to look at was 2024. In 2024, we saw the semiconductors actually top out in July, when the whole yen carry trade stuff happened in July 2024 going into August, around a similar time as right now. And what we saw was the semiconductors actually went sideways, or they pulled back and didn't do anything for more than half a year, while at the same time the S&P actually continued higher until December. So I was wondering if we could see a similar thing to that this year, where the semiconductors had their like blow off climactic top in June, end of June, and we just see them do really nothing, because a lot of these charts just need a long time to digest after those huge moves. We see them do nothing for a couple of months, while the market either consolidates or just trends higher on the back of the Mag-7 or software or other sectors that lead. Because most of these charts are not very, I mean, Nvidia is a good chart, but nothing overly impressive like there. Same Lam Research, minimal bounce. I mean, it bounced, then got sold off at the 20-day. This index has not really done anything significant. Outside of AVGO and Nvidia, most of them actually been pretty weak. Intel, nothing much. Like Micron too, not really much of a bounce. The memory names too, and not much. I mean, SanDisk had that one big bounce day and then a gap up, but since then, not as much. So there isn't really like that much scope I see in semis. Like I'm just not too interested right now, especially like now the opportunities have kind of waned down the last 3 days. I mean, you're buying up here. The risk reward sucks compared to buying 3 days ago. You're paying virtually 20 to 30% higher for most stocks. Is that really a viable long-term strategy by trying to chase in? Especially when we haven't had like a clear follow-through day or any consolidations yet to like buy into. It doesn't seem smart to be buying anything now. So one stock that I had focused on was ServiceNow. I wrote about that didn't really do much. It went up today, but I think a software name that was bottoming. The main stuff I owned was Enphase, First Solar, Intuitive Machines, Lunar, Tesla as well, which has bounced back off that low at 299, 298 is bounced back to 325 or so, and then sold a little bit to 322. But yeah, solid bounce on this. Overall, though, the main question now becomes for me is like, will the rally continue or do we get fade opportunities at resistance? Like say, for example, like a stock like Microsoft right now. Microsoft has went up in a straight line 25%. Is it probably going to just continue face ripping straight to 500? No. Was I bullish down here? Yes. Am I bullish up here? Not really. Do I think it's more likely to pull back, fill this gap maybe at 465 and then consolidate? Yes, it's wildly extended off every single moving average. It is a very extended chart. So the risk reward just isn't good anymore for buying a lot of these names. I mean, and we already had just a straight lockout rally for 25%. So like I would assume people who didn't chase on earnings day probably chase the next day, or they probably chase today. So you have to punish these late buyers, and I could see that sell off a little bit down to 466 or so to punish those late buyers who didn't want to buy it down here but want to chase it after it's already made a significant move. Some other ones that I wanted to pay attention to, were these small cap cloud names, like for example Nebius. Like this has now had a 40-50% bounce off the lows. I'm thinking like there's probably a decent sized chance that it probably could fade here if it can make a lower high, let's say into this 225 to 235 area, can make a lower high and then possibly roll over, do something like this and like roll over again. A possibility, but that's going to be my main focus from now on, is just see what these charts do and see if I can find any distributive action on these charts and look for lower highs to short, or if market wants to keep going up, look for consolidations and look to buy a breakout setup if the market trends into a momentum market again. But what I talked about over the weekend was I think it was a great time to wait and watch, not to push the gas early today. I didn't buy anything new today. I didn't take any new trades. All I did was manage what I currently had. Just manage my current positions and take trims on stuff like First Solar, on Oracle that have gone up a lot, just taking trims. Another one, another one I wanted to see was AMD, which reports actually tomorrow. I mean, this looks like a rounding top. If earnings are mediocre, nothing really happens, we could maybe see this do something like this and just like and roll over again. Like, I would not be surprised to see that. A lot of these charts is unimpressive. Crypto just there's nothing worth even looking at right now. It's just a waste of time in my eyes. I had bought the Bitcoin dip down here at the around 33 on IBIT, sold it at 36, but it's done nothing since. It's just stayed there. So nothing really. Oil fell today on the taco stuff again. Bond yields fell as well. Maybe even TLT becomes an appealing idea maybe in the future soon. I mean, this thing has been beat down. Yields probably cannot continue higher if they want to keep the market propped up. Near oversold readings as well on TLT. The solar names are already covered. Great action today in these, but that is about it. There was really not much. All right, one more. Silver is at an interesting spot right now. It has just been chopping around since the end of June in a range. This is what I tweeted about yesterday, how it could give a possible two-way opportunity. A two-way opportunity on the chart. Yeah, multi-week consolidation. If it wants to break to the upside, we can buy it through the 20-day, 21 EMA. Breaks down. It should likely sell off down to the mid 50s. And I was thinking if it failed to the downside, it could be like a false breakdown into a recovery, or it just consolidates here, builds out like a divergence, and then moves up. But clear lack of opportunities right now. Not really looking at much. Just considering hedging as well, hedging some of my longs, and just chilling in what I have right now and waiting for more clarity, because I don't want to push the gas when I'm a little bit unsure of what's going to happen next. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys got something out of it, and I hope you guys had a good trading day today. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.